Day 9.
Day 9 started with Kyle and I going out to get some breakfast, and afterwards there's an awesome vintage toy shop right near his place called Quake. Lots of fun stuff to dig through, lots of newer toys, older toys. I ended up buying a used Luke Skywalker in Stormtrooper outfit, so that was a lovely. And that's more of the store. Lovely. The end.
So I got breakfast and was out all day with my buddy Kyle. We stopped by a vintage toy shop right near his stop, which is awesome. His stop is his house. And now this gentleman has abandoned me to go to his improv class. So I am heading to one of the 2 local comic stores. Why? To see if the Horror 4 will be carried, of course. Look at me, always working, professional.
Here we are outside Chicago Comics.
Always a good sign.
I'm here in Chicago Comics, and they have a fantastic selection of mainstream comics, but even better is their independent comic section, which you can see I am scanning right now. It's titled the self-published section, but this is like the true independent stuff, not even like, Daniel Clowes and Peter Bagg and people like that, although over here they have all of that too. It's just fantastic, the selection. It's definitely worth checking out whether you're a creator or a fan.
I had to be a little quiet before. The streets were packed. I'm in front of Chicago Comics here in Chicago, Illinois. I'm here for G-Fest, obviously, but my buddy said he had the shop near him. I stopped by. It's a cool shop. It's got mainstream, it's got toys, it's got a huge independent self-published section, as you saw, and they took 5 of my comics on consignment that are there now available. If you're in the Chicago, Illinois area, check them out. I'm looking at you, Mike Emirates. And apparently there are sister stores to Quimby's, which is the main store I had on my list to check out while I was here. So, double good. The bad news is there's a shop within walking distance called Graham Cracker Comics, which unfortunately closed at 7. It's like 7:10, 7:15 right now. And this store is open till 8. So I should have went there first and then here. I didn't know. Whatever. Live and learn. Got a couple books in Chicago. There seems to be a lot of comic stores here in the Chicago area. And it also seems to be a really thriving independent comic scene based on 2 stores I know of. But I did just call a comic store called Alley Cat Comics, which I was gonna walk, but it's an hour away, which I still might have done, but it closes in less than an hour. Supposedly I could take a bus 20 minutes to get there. Called them, they said they take books, so I'm gonna try to quick get over there.
And here we are outside of Alley Cat Comics. Once again, a great sign.
That's Alley Cat Comics, and as you can tell, I'm walking down an actual alley. There's an alley on the other side too. I almost didn't see it, and it opens into this cool little courtyard where people are having coffee and there's lighting, and it's just fantastic. Anyway, they took the Horror 4. It's a fun little store, again, here in Chicago. Check it out. Support them, and they took it for a great deal. They're supporting local artists. They're not even taking commission on the first, or consignment, whatever you want to call it, for the first couple issues. So supporting local artists, supporting indie artists, since I'm not local, which I told them, I'm like, I'm technically from California, and they're like, that's fine, it's your book. Awesome. And they have a dog, also a kid, but a dog. Well, I took the bus out there, and that worked fine, and I timed it out so I could take the bus back, meet my pal around 9 when he's done with his class, and the bus broke down, so I can't do that. I also planned on doing my 30 minutes on the bus because it was going to be about a 20-minute bus ride, give or take, so I figured I'd get all or most of it done. And now instead I'm walking to his house. I realized I probably didn't make it clear why I'm walking to his house. We left his house, took a train to the downtown, and then I took a bus further uptown. And the bus I took, the one behind it was disabled, so I knew there was only one bus on the route. Then mine became disabled, and it was going to be at least 15 minutes till the next bus came, assuming it came when it was supposed to. And then it was a 20-minute ride on the bus, assuming I got a seat, because there was like 20 people ahead of me that were already waiting, and there would be people on that bus. Then I thought about walking, which would have been about an hour. Then I said, wait, what if I'm closer to his house? Which I was, 37 minutes to his house. That's why I'm walking to his house. Okay. Off we go. Also, it just occurred to me watching buses go down this road that why not take a bus to his house, because there are clearly buses going in that direction. When I checked to see the time, it's 18 minutes, and the buses come on average every 10 minutes, although clearly they're running late today. So you put that math together, it's about a half hour, assuming everything goes well, and it cost me $2 at least. So once again, I'm back to walking. So here I am again. I'm back in my guest room at my pal Kyle's house and his wife Eden. Anyway, so I had a bit of a long day. I got my comic into 2 different stores, as you saw, which was awesome. I wanted to get it more, but time, walking, also limited quantities of my comic. I gotta see how many I have. I am worried about having the good problem of selling out. Now, I might be overly optimistic, but I know I have less than 50. I might have 40. I haven't counted. And if I have a good weekend and I sell 5 or 10 a day, depending on how many I put in stores, like if I kept going to stores, I might have been in trouble. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. I had the bus trouble, but then we ended up going out to eat with some friends, and that was a good time. Got back, it's about 12:30 now. I gotta do my 30 minutes. I tried to do it on the bus, kind of failed. I had a hard time last time sitting in here on the bed and everything, so this time I've kind of rearranged stuff. I'm gonna sit at a little desk he has here. I'm gonna put on some Power Rangers music, listen to headphones because they're going to sleep, so I can't be too loud, which is also why I'm so low energy right now. And try to do my 30 minutes. So let's go. And just like that, it's been 30 minutes now. I realize I'm being very close to the camera. That's because I don't want to speak very loudly. In retrospect, I feel the next time I may have to do this, although I probably won't do this to myself. I should bring a microphone so I could plug it in so you could hear me very well. But what have I done for my 30 minutes? Well, I'll show you.
It's not very exciting, but I was working on Koji again. I had sort of designed him, but every time I looked at it, it wasn't quite right. So first, I just tried to make him up out of my head, and that looked kind of weird. He's supposed to be an old Asian man. This is sort of based on the design I already had, but he looks too Caucasian or something. Then I started one here I didn't like. Then I said, let me look up pictures of happy old Asian men and just draw them, whether or not I think it looks like what I want or not. I did this one, which kind of reminds me of an older version of my dad, even though it was based on an Asian picture. Did this one, which I was not happy with at all. This one I like. It's not the character I had in mind, but it's got the personality. So I don't know that any of these are going to end up being the final, but this was my 30 minutes trying to nail this character down. And he's an important character. He's not a side character, so it's not something I want to do lightly. So I'll be signing off. I feel better today than I did yesterday about the work I got done. I'm not thrilled with what I got done because it's like 1, 2, 3, 6 head sketches, none of which I'm perfectly happy with, but it is something I would need to do. If not now, when I got to the first page with him, I'd be redrawing it 15 times on the page, so it is something related to the comic that I need to do. And I feel better about that I sat down and listened to some music and a podcast while I was working, as opposed to staring at the clock and trying to add up enough minutes. And yesterday felt very phoned in, going through the motions. Like I did the work I had to do, but I didn't care. My heart wasn't in it. I was just so tired. And I'm tired today too, but I actually put some effort forth, even though I still didn't get much out of it. I feel like it was an honest effort. I will say that I deeply regret starting my 100 days. I mean, I said the whole reason I did it is because this month is crazy busy, and what better time to do it? And I'm doing it because I'm a professional. I won't say the other word because for some reason the musical cues don't work when I'm not home, but you know the word I mean. And yeah, I'm doing it. So I don't regret doing it in general when I'm busy, but I realized when I'm traveling and I'm seeing people and and with Comic-Con's gonna be crazy too, but I'm sticking with it. It's just that these days, while I can force myself to do 30 minutes, I can't force it to be the most quality. I just can't. And also I have to limit myself to certain things like the designs because I'm here in someone else's house with whatever I happen to have with me. But anyway, like I said, I feel like today worked out better than yesterday, and I had a good day being in town, and I did get the comics in the store, so that's good. And once again, sorry for the low-key nature of this of this video. See, I keep looking here. The camera's here. Okay. Anyway, that's gonna be it for day. What are we at now? Day 90? No, day 9. Day 9. Well, okay. I'm doing the math, and if today is day 9, then that means
we've got 91 days left.
so here I'm